Good day guys, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. My channel is about forex trading and traveling, so if that's something you're into, do hit that subscribe button and hit the bell button as well. Help support my channel. I just got back from a 7-night trip to Dubai, had an amazing time in Dubai. Link to that vlog is in the description below. However, into this video we're going to talk about trading the pound sterling. Now, we've talked about trading the US dollar in a vlog which we addressed trading the US dollar during the US election and after the US election. The link to that vlog is also in the description below. So in today's video we're going to focus on trading the pound sterling. As I've said, there's a basket of currencies you can trade the pound sterling against, but for me personally, I'm focused on 4 pairs, which are the Euro GBP, the GBP USD, the GBP Yen, and the GBP Swiss franc. So in today's video we're going to do a quick analysis across those 4 pairs. We're going to have a technical look at the charts for each of those pairs. I'm going to talk about how I plan on approaching each of those trades. We're going to look at it technically. We're going to also keep in mind the fundamentals which are driving the volatility across those 4 pairs. So without further ado guys, let's jump straight into the charts. Okay, so the first GBP pair we're looking at is the Euro GBP. Now let's just jump straight to that chart, to the weekly. Now we'll stroll the chart a little bit to the right so we can just get a good picture. We can see that we've got the equidistant pricing channel in there, just above 0.90 and down to 0.83. Now we can see price action is kind of tested this resistance level here at the 0.90 range, and we're kind of still there looking at the weekly. We're kind of still hovering, you know, at the 0.90 level, saying that we haven't got much time left till the end of the year. I'm not expecting a pullback down to this level, to the 0.83 level. If anything, I'll be expecting to pop above the 0.90 level. So we'll be talk about heading north till about 0.93 level, the 0.93, 0.94. If we just jump up quickly to the monthly chart, stroll the chart a little bit to the right, and I'll show you what, you know, what I'll be expecting. So I'm expecting a weaker pound as we head towards the end of the year. You know, we haven't heard anything concrete in terms of a deal, you know, to satisfy both the EU and Boris Johnson's, you know, his Conservative Party. So although I'm looking at this at the moment, I'm not looking to open a position on this. What I'm just trying to say now is I'm not expecting to pull. If anything, I'm expecting to pull back down to the cloud at a 0.88, but maybe, you know, not further below that. I'm kind of, you know, I'm a good 80% that this is going to pop to the upside to the 0.93, 0.94 level. But I mean, on the list of currency pairs that I'm looking at this year, or between now and the end of the year, Euro GBP is on the list, but it's not, you know, at the front of the list. But never mind, you know, I just thought I'd share with you my approach to you know, how I'll tackle this pair. We can see that on the MACD we've got divergence here. I'll put in a little trend line to show you that divergence. So we've got divergence here to the upside. We are popping above the 0 line, so that's indicating you know, a move to the upside. Looking at the MACD, and we are also looking at the RSI. We can see that again, the divergence here. We're looking at the monthly chart. If we jump down to the weekly, stroll the chart to the right, we can have a closer look at that pricing channel, and we can see how we're kind of just consolidated at this 0.90 level. I mean, we are happy with our pricing channel, and that's, you know, we're comfortable that this is how, you know, price action is going to behave within this price channel, unless, you know, unless come the 1st of January and something else significant happen, which will be able to give us a pullback down to the point, you know, 0.83, 82 level. But for now, we're just going to leave it on the weekly. We'll leave our consolidation there and move on to the next currency pair in our list, our watch list, which will be the GBP USD. So onto the GBP USD, we jump straight down to, well, we jump straight up to the weekly. We always tend to approach our analysis, well, we always tend to start our analysis on the weekly chart. So if we stroll the chart to the right to get a big view, we can see, just looking straight down to the MACD indicator, we can see this point A, point B, a divergence there to the upside. We can see that we've crossed, the histogram is kind of lowered here towards the 0 level, so that kind of gives us a sign of a consolidation. We can tell by, you know, looking at the actual candlesticks that there is a consolidation here at the point the 1.29, the 1.28 level, up to the 1.30 level. So this is our consolidation here. We can tell that also by looking at the MACD, and we're looking at RSI. We can see that, you know, we're kind of consolidated here as well, despite the divergence on the weekly. Now looking at the GBP USD on the Biden's win, I'm expecting to pull back down to this level to be, you know, for the 1.149 level, the 1.13 level, you know, to be tested again. And the reason for that, the market is kind of still pricing in, you know, that stimulus package that that will come into effect on the 1st of January on his win. So there's certainty there that will happen in the market. So a pullback down to the 1.14 is expected on the Biden's win, and a retracement back up to this level. So back up to the 1.32 level. So that's what we will be expecting to happen on the Biden's win. On the Trump win, on the other hand, you know, my analysis will tell me that we're going to have a stronger dollar. So there's still going to be a pullback, but then if we jump up to the monthly and see where we are in terms of the trajectory of the dollar against the pound, we're kind of still consolidating here. So we'll be expecting, you know, lower lows as well on a Trump win. With that in mind, we also got to take into account, you know, the fundamentals on where we are in terms of the global pandemic, you know. So that's going to play a major factor in how the dollar behaves going forward into 2021. Let's just jump down to the weekly quickly. Looking at the GBP USD this side of the year, I'm going to just wait and see how it all pans out with this election. So I'm going to make my decision come Monday, next week Monday, when it all, you know, everything is clarified and we know for a fact who the president of the United States is, because that will, you know, that will kind of clarify the trajectory of the USD going into 2021. Because we almost know that on the Biden's win, we're going to short the USD initially, and then, you know, we will just wait to put in our stop losses, our automatic break-even points, and then, you know, to close our trade, and then ready for, you know, for the reversal of that trade as well. So that's how we plan on playing the GBP USD. In summary, we're just gonna wait and see, you know, till we've got a clear view on who the president is going to be, and then we can then carry on with our strategy. So we've got a strategy for Biden win, and we've got a strategy for a Trump win. Take into account, you know, the fundamentals impact that these candidates have on the global stage, which will have a significant influence on their currency, or on the US dollar. So you know, they've both got different strategies and different plans for the US economy in terms of relationships with China, in terms of relationships with the Middle East, and trade tariffs and so on and so forth. So we have got to, you know, keep that in mind, and then make a decision on how we plan on proceeding based on who wins the US election. Another thing we need to consider is where Britain's going to be, you know, come 31st of December in terms of relationship with the EU. So those are factors, those are uncertainty factors that, you know, will lead me moving to safe haven currencies and safe haven assets. So that's the GBP USD. So onto the GBP yen, straight up to the weekly chart. We stroll to the right, and similar to the GBP USD, we're kind of consolidated here at the 135 level, the 136 level. We're looking down at our MACD. We can see divergence here. That means nothing at the moment. If we just jump down to the daily quickly, because we can just, this is a pair that I'm looking at the moment. I'm hoping to, you know, open a position on this, you know, this side of the year. You know, I'm open to open a short position, hoping to short the pound against the yen, because I'm expecting, you know, I'm looking at the 124 level to be tested this side of the year, seeing as we're approaching that deadline. And as I said, there's nothing, you know, there's nothing in the news concrete, you know, a deal that is welcomed by both parties. So we can see an engulfing candlestick in the forming here. We can see, if we jump up to the weekly, we can see the chart will be, yeah, we're kind of heading to the downside. The trend line, let's just put in that trend line, you know, the 101 rule of trading the trend is never to trade against trend. So we can see that we're heading towards the lows here. We can almost put in the price channel there and expect levels of 126, this level to be tested again. So I am going to just keep tabs on this, and you know, over the next couple days and maybe early next week, I'll be looking at this very closely. So the GBP yen is one of the currency pairs that I'll be looking at very closely. You know, we got divergence on the daily here. So the GBP yen is one of the currency pairs that I'll be looking to open a trade on definitely within the next few days. Let's just see, you know, how it all pans out, because we are looking at the pullback to this level, and that's a trade that I like to take this side of the year. But you know, I'm just looking now for a confirmation. So if this candlestick that's forming now on the daily, you know, if it engulfs the last 3 candlesticks, and we're looking at it pulling back to the 134, I'll kind of then look and see where my MACD is, what my divergence is on the RSI, on both the RSI and the MACD. See where the divergence is, see the strength, and then you know, make sure that I'm comfortable with the fundamentals, and then I'll go in for a short position. So GBP yen, I'm watching closely like a hawk. That's what we are. Let's just leave this chart on the weekly, and then move on to our next chart, which is the GBP franc. So on the GBP Swiss, we will jump up to the weekly. Always start our analysis on the weekly chart. Stroll the chart to the right, and again, like the GBP yen and the GBP USD, we are kind of consolidated, and I think I'm going to treat the GBP Swiss the same as I'll be treating the GBP yen. These are the 2 pairs that I'm going to be looking at, you know, trading this side of the year. If we stroll the chart a little bit to the left so we can see where we are, we're consolidated here on the weekly. We see we are kind of just, again, on the MACD, kind of consolidated. Nothing's happening there. On the RSI, nothing's happening there. We jump down quickly to the daily. Stroll the chart to the right. Yeah, we can see we don't even need to put in the price channel there. We can see we're kind of consolidated here. We've been consolidated, you know, since the beginning of September, all the way to date, because nothing is kind of, you know, market's kind of not pricing in anything yet, because it's just a high level of uncertainty. So I'm expecting, you know, a pullback, as I said, a weaker pound, so a pullback down to this level, the 1.11 level. But I'm going to be watching this closely as a hawk. I will want a candlestick to close below the 1.17 and, you know, the 1.16, seeing where we are with the fundamentals, because this, you know, these pairs, the GBP Swiss, the GBP yen, and the GBP USD are heavily influenced by, you know, the fundamentals this side of the year and looking into the new year. So yeah, I'll be looking to short this position, short the pound, but I'll be looking, you know, I'll be keeping a close eye on the making of the candlesticks over the next few days and a week or so. But the GBP Swiss, GBP yen, and the GBP USD are 3 of the pairs that I'm currently watching closely as a hawk. As I've said, this, you know, the Euro GBP, I'm looking at it, but as for opening the trade this side of the year on that pair, I'm not kind of, you know, that's not in my book of to-dos this side of the year. To close this side of the year, I'm just going to be focusing on these 3 currency pairs, which is the GBP USD, the GBP yen, and the GBP Swiss. But thank you guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.
Okay guys, so there you have it. The 31st of December is not that far off, and there's no deal in sight yet. So I mean, either way, we'll be expecting a weaker pound. We'll be shorting the pound to a certain extent. So if you've got any questions on that, do drop it in the comments below. I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can. Till then, I'll catch you guys in the next video.